Yeah, people. A bunch of millionaires, different people that are just idle, that don't have to work for a living, have literally taken over available YouTube videos that you see on the internet. Even when I use the search, all I get is a bunch of elite shit. And it'll be not only that, but businesses. But see, you have rich people, what they're doing, they're posing as common, ordinary people that have struggles and difficulties whenever they are people that have never paid rent, never had to live in an apartment. They never had to go out and get a job unless it was something they really liked to do or whatever. Most of them, they would just sit in college, or whatever, just so they would feel like they mattered or they could use that title throughout life. Like, hey, I went to college, for 8 years. Where all they were doing there is just so people they could have sex with and run around and have fun. Being they never paid for their own cars because they were born into rich families. That's what you're seeing on the internet. And I've told you people in previous videos how to spot these individuals. Anytime you see somebody, people, and they're getting 20,000 views in one day, and most of them are getting at least 10,000 views within 3 hours. Those are not ordinary people. They may look like ordinary people, but they are not. They're worth millions and millions and millions of dollars. You can't deny at hand reality. No one. I mean, no one. I've known many people on here for years and years. I've been on here since the year 2013 on YouTube, and they never get 20,000 views a day. The most videos I ever got in one day, I'll tell you what, it was, oh, damn, I don't remember what year, but I think it was about 4 years ago. May have only been 3 years ago. If you look under my videos, you will see a choke trick that I use on Harley Davidson motorcycles. For some reason, that video within 5 hours, it had over 1,000 views. I was shocked. Man, I was shocked. But that's the only time that ever happened. Now, over time, videos can get views. Like, I think my oldest video has like 9,000 views, and a couple of others that are 10 years old might have 10,000 views. But when you're talking about 20,000 views a day, don't even watch these videos, people, no matter what it's about. Don't even bother to watch it because You know, that's why I don't give a rat's ass about what happened to Charlie Kirk. I don't give a damn. That guy, okay, I'm 69. He was only 32. He was born into a rich family that had many, many millions and millions and millions of dollars. Okay, he never had to rent an apartment. He never paid a car payment. He never went to work and had a job in his entire life. He might have showed up, just like he did in public recently before he was killed, and look important or look like he was doing something, but he's never contributed a motherfucking thing in this life. I'm not against him, but I'm seeing him for what he is. I mean, a 32-year-old that's never worked or rented an apartment in their entire life. Look, people, they don't know anything about life at all. So, what would give them the right to be approaching others or to be on live media running their fucking mouth? They need to shut the fuck up because they know absolutely nothing. See, you're talking about a person. You got to see things for what they are, not the way they appear. Charles Kirk looked like a man. No, he's not. He's somebody's baby. He's still their toddler. He never worked. He never rented an apartment. He never wanted for anything. He never paid a car payment in his entire life. And he doesn't even know how people do those things. Right? He would be shocked. He wouldn't know how to have to get a job flipping burgers at McDonald's. Wake up, people. Smell the coffee. Wake the hell up. You can tell by the views because it's so obvious. I'm laughing at a lot of you people. I mean, look at the three videos I exposed to you on a video from yesterday about a person's television supposedly staying on for 42 years after they died at home alone. So you got tons and tons and tons of bullshit like it. It's people with time on their hands. And you have a lot of cropping done. I just saw a video on here a couple of minutes ago. It had Donald Trump and some other person, and it had four people sitting at a table. And I could tell when I saw Trump's picture, that picture was cropped, and the woman was over to his, from the way I was viewing, over to his right. I could tell she was real, but his picture was cropped in. I used to crop pictures, not for deceit, but I used to crop pictures back in the early 2000s. I would just do it in my spare time as a hobby. I found it fascinating. Where you cut one picture out, it was called Easy Photo. Yeah, Easy Photo. And you would also use Photo Max, along with that. And I also used to stack pictures. Like you can alter a picture, or have a picture with a smile on it. And then the person flushed. You can stack endless amounts of pictures or just several, and you can make it look like there's an eye blinking or something like that. That's called an animation. That's stacking pictures. Easy Photos did that too. And that's how a lot of this stuff is done. But most of these videos, it's people they appear to be on the down and out and even homeless. Yeah, sure. And then they're going to get 2,000 views in the first 3 hours. So no, no. Now, if somebody is sponsoring them, like somebody from the media, yeah, you could expect for there to be that many views within a couple of hours or day, But when it's an individual and they're getting that kind of views, like some women that are on there, some will be standing out in the woods and say they're living off the grid. One is a woman. She's old. I told her she looks like a turtle. To me, she looks like a turtle, her face and the shape of her head. That man, she makes videos and she will get like 50,000 views a day. That's somebody that's rich, that they walk out of their big house, they're idle, and they just make up shit just for something to do and see if people go along with it. That's all it is. Okay, but anyway, I've got something for limitless vision. Less vision is his username. He's been a subscriber with me for some years now, and I promised him I would go back over old photos. He wants to see old photos of my past, my life. I have lived a pretty thorough life. I'm fairly well to do myself, but this is a picture, just one. I'm going to go through my photo albums. There's so many of them. I don't know where to start. And I'm not sure if I'm going to use the camera to like just show the fit photos individually or how I'm going to do it or hold them up like this. I don't know. But here's one. Okay, let me think so I get it right. This was in the year 2000. I remember it was in the month of June 2000. I flew to Burbank, California, Burbank, California is right by Beverly Hills and Venice Beach. Okay, this photo I have right here was one that was in Beverly Hills. These are friends I stayed with. A man named Mike. I'm not going to disclose last name. This is a very VIP financer and millionaire here. He lives in Burbank, but Michael and another man, their roommate living in a house together, David, and me standing with a purple cap on. Let's see, from left to right, I would be the third on the right. Okay. I'll point it out when I show the picture, but this was taken, this picture right here, it was taken in Beverly Hills. Across the street from that is the Walk of Fame, where they have the stardom. And yeah, I used to dye my hair blonde. It's just something, I'm a versatile person. I just wanted to try it. But that character right here, that's me. How old was I back there? Aren't I terrible? That's me wearing a purple hat in the baseball. And as far as Mike and David, how can they stand to be outside without sunglasses? God, that was so bright. But this is just one of many, many pictures. Let's see how close I can get this picture, get that glare out of it. Yeah, that's me right there. I've always worn sunglasses. I hate the sun. That's back when I had my juicy legs. Everybody loved my legs. Because look at these other two men. Look at their toothpick legs. Now look at mine. Oh man, but I wasn't a muscle builder. That's just my body. But that was me. That's right there. I'm directly across the street from the Walk of Fame. Is that what they call it? Walk of Fame? What do they call it? I can't see. I'm not into that stuff. That shit doesn't mean nothing to me. I saw a lot of movie stars when I was in Beverly Hills, and I've gone to Beverly Hills about once a year ever since then. That doesn't mean anything to me. Those are just people, man, just like you and me. It's like all these millionaires that are making videos. Charles Kirk was just a stupid boy. He knows nothing about life, and I don't give a shit. I'm sorry he got killed. He might have could have grown up to have been a useful person, but he was nobody. He's somebody. I'm not even going to bother to listen to somebody. They've never paid rent or had to finance anything or work in their life. Why the hell would I want to listen to anything at all that person has to say? Why? Because they don't have any experience. So in a way, in a sense, they don't exist actually, right? I mean, because they're not going to be able to relate to me. The hell I had to go through when I was younger. They're not going to be able to relate to anything I say to them, nor are they going to be able to understand anything I tell them because they've never lived in the real world. So people, you need to quit worshiping these type of people. Don't worry about people that you don't know, that they're on social media and they go, oh God, it's so sad they died. Hey, fuck it. They're airhead. They actually, as far as real life, they don't even fucking exist. Why worry about shit like that? That's why I don't vote. I don't worry about politicians. Those people don't know anything about the real life we live in. They know nothing. I mean, I can have a conversation with some woman from New York that was a street hooker whore. Yeah, she knows some shit about the real life, like what she had to pay for different rooms, what can get you killed, you know, different things. Yeah, At least there's a person there with some fucking substance. But anyway, all of you have a great day and limitless vision. I don't know why you want to see pictures of my past. I had things. Well, I don't know. It makes me I feel ungrateful. I mean, because you or anybody else, you're just as important as I am. So, but I'll do it because anytime I tell someone I'm going to do something, I will do it. And more pictures like this. I will do more pictures like this. I'll have to do it in a bunch of videos. I don't know how other people are going to like it. They're probably going to have this opinion like, man, this guy, he thinks everybody wants to worship him or know about him or his past. I don't know. But no, we can do this or whatever. Let's see how I look upside down. Yeah, I guess I'm still as pretty. Either way. Okay, let me put this away. A picture needs to be put up and put in my photo album. I've had it tucked into another picture frame in my living room for years. That was Carol's. Anyway, later,